Welcome to the latest Simple Flying, Future Flying webinar, where today, for the first time in too long, we're joined by a wonderful lady executive. I'm really excited to welcome with me today Tina Hanley, Chief Commercial Officer of Ravn Alaska. Tina, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you so much, Joanne. I'm happy to be here.
It's really good to talk to you. And there's lots of exciting things going on at Ravn Alaska. I'm a huge fan of you guys and the work you do. I'm a big fan of regional airlines generally, living in the sticks down in the southwest of the UK. You know, they're our bread and butter and our lifeline to the cities. So I'm really excited to talk about how everything's been going for you. So I guess if we can look back, you were actually with Ravn before it kind of shut down and then restarted. How did you find the restart and getting back to doing business as usual?
You know, it's interesting. Tom Shea, who's the president of the organization, reached out to me and asked me if I would be interested in coming back as managing director of commercial. And I was like, I actually said to him, I'm not sure I'm the droids you're looking for from Star Wars. And he's like, no, why don't you come in and talk to us? And after a meeting with both he and Rob McKinney, our CEO, it was evident that that was the place that I belonged. So I was open to the challenge, ready to go, and had a great opportunity ahead of me.
That's fantastic. And I know lots of Alaskans are really pleased to see you guys back in the air. How was the last year? Because I know we've had lots of issues around the aviation industry with getting back from the pandemic, if you like, having the right staff and the right airplanes in the right place at the right time. How did you fare through 2022?
We fared well. We would have liked to have seen a better post-pandemic bounce back, and we had forecasted for that. But that just means there's more opportunity in 2023. So opportunity to grow and maximize what it is that we offer for the folks of Alaska.
That's fantastic. So in terms of 2023, where's your focus? I know you guys have been doing a bit of recruitment. There are maybe some new routes floating around. What are you looking forward to this year?
Well, not to be too vague, but we're constantly looking at routes to see where we can grow and provide additional service to the communities. While in conjunction with our local partners and things like that, we want to make sure that we're a good steward of what we provide. So it's not without a great amount of analysis to see where we're going to fly because of the cost involved. And then you obviously want to return. So beyond that, we're looking to possibly add some additional aircraft into the fleet, an additional 300. Have some longer range tanks. And then on the other side, we're looking at a Ravn Connect, which would be a 135 operation to supplement what we're doing on the Ravn Alaska side. Excuse me, I'm going to take a sip of water.
Go for it. So you talked a little bit about the fleet there. There were some rumors floating around last year that you could be looking to bring ATRs in. For those who don't know, Ravn is an entirely Dash 8 operation at the moment, one of my favorite aircraft. Is that right? Are you looking at the ATR?
Not that I'm aware of, but that could be a secret that Mr. McKinney is keeping in his pocket that I don't know. So, and I'm okay with that.
We'll have to grill him at another time about that for sure. And in terms of your recruitment, I've seen that there's some advertisements for pilots in the last few weeks. Are there any other areas that you're looking to grow your staff base in?
Well, we're continually looking to add pilots, to add mechanics, the technical skills that really are the backbone of any airline. And then we have to grow, on the back end as we continue to ramp up, as I see it as a continual ramp, the support personnel for that as well on the admin side. So we're in a growth phase, adding people quite rapidly, and very excited about it. It's a wonderful time at Ravn Alaska. So
that's really good to hear. And you opened, is it a partnership with a pilot academy quite recently? Is that part of the training?
Yes, it's the acronym is LEFA, Leading Edge Flight Academy, and we have a partnership with them. And we have some on a local level in Anchorage as well. And, in today's environment for recruiting pilots, you have to make as many connections as you possibly can because it's such a competitive environment. And we're looking for the best talent and bring them on board and get them ramped up and ready to go.
Excellent. And not losing them to the airlines that fly the bigger planes, hopefully. So that's the, sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. With the regional carrier, that's the fun part is like you get to fly, but you get to sleep in your own bed every night. So that's what we love to promote and talk about how it's like, if you want to fly and stay in your bed, stay with us. So we do have, to touch on a little bit, we're offering a career path where you can start on a 135, transition to a 121 Ravn Alaska, and then move up to a 121 757 and that expanding fleet as we grow there. So for the Northern Pacific.
Interesting, you've mentioned Northern Pacific there. Of course, the company that acquired Ravn Alaska is Float, Fly All Over something, I believe, who is also the parent company of Northern Pacific. You've mentioned Rob, who we've had on the show before. How is that partnership going? Are you looking forward to seeing Northern Pacific launching?
I'm looking forward to it on many levels, Joanna. It's an opportunity for Alaska as a state to be showcased again as a passenger destination from all over the world, not just necessarily, the predominance of the lower 48. It's an opportunity for business in Anchorage to, we consider you could meet in the middle, and not have to fly 12 hours to, JFK or vice versa. And for the residents of Alaska, it opens up a whole nother opportunity to fly in the 757 long range to the lower 48 much quicker without a connection, and also to Asia Pacific, where it just opens up the world. So it's just a wonderful time. I can't say that enough. So
I'm excited to see everything get going. And of course, there's a lot of investment going on at Anchorage Airport as well to support that operation, which I guess you guys at Ravn will benefit from as well, right?
Yes, absolutely. It's going to be the largest tower in the state.
Wow.
I don't know exactly what feats that has to overcome in Alaska to be the largest tower, but it'll be sizable. So
excellent. And I guess you're going to be hoping for more traffic on Ravn as people come and do the stopover and want to visit some of the more out of the way destinations in Alaska, right?
Absolutely. We want to plan for that and build it within the booking cycle and things like that so people know what's available. And we've done some exciting redevelopment of the North Terminal where we're going to fly into, and it's going to have a movie theater where it's going to be like an IMAX light, if you will, that showcases Alaska and what it has to offer. So if you're not staying when you come through the first time, you're going to be compelled by seeing that movie to stay the next time. So
I don't expect it's a hard sell. I mean, it seems like a beautiful state. So I'd love to come and visit myself.
Well, let us know anytime.
Thank you. So obviously Northern Pacific is a partnership. You talked about your pilot academy partnership. You've also partnered with Alaska Airlines to allow mileage plan redemptions on Ravn. How's that going for you so far?
It's going well. It's a benefit again for our passengers that want to choose to have their Alaska Airlines miles or to redeem them. So it's wonderful again for our consumers. So that's what we're looking for, is to maximize our passenger experience and get them what they want. We also have the option of Flycoin if they're interested in dabbling in the cryptocurrency world, which is cutting edge in its own right. So not to touch on another subject. So just a lot going on, Joanna, a lot going on.
There certainly is. And I love to watch it. You guys seem to be dipping into lots of things that are very unusual for aviation. So that's really exciting. Something I did want to chat to you about, though, over Christmas in the US, we saw a bit of a meltdown in terms of airline operations because of this winter storm Elliot that came in and kind of froze everything up and caused icing and snow everywhere. But you guys fly in really tricky conditions all the time. How do you do it?
Um, you know, I would probably say we do it within the safety rules that are allowed under a 121 operation. We don't cut any corners. We abide by the forecasts and the weathers to get people where they need to be in a safe manner. That's our number one focus. I mean, in Alaska, it ranges, a lot of it is that workforce, the Dash 8 that gets us where we're going. It's good for extremely sub-zero temperatures to fly into, just locations such as Point Thompson, and then we just have to deal with it and then regroup as quickly as we possibly can. There was a windstorm the Friday before New Year's where it was like up to 65 miles per hour gusts at the airport, but you can't fly in that, and you have to protect your equipment. So it's how we deal with it, Joanna, is we deal with it as it comes and do the best we possibly can to make sure we can serve our customers. So
I think it's incredible that you guys managed to fly at all with some of the weather you get up there. So, top job, really.
yeah.
You mentioned the Dash 8 there. It has been your workhorse for a very long time, but you are looking ahead into the future and to new technology as well. So I guess to begin at the beginning, the airflow electric planes, these are short takeoff and landing under development aircraft that will be 100% electric, if I'm right. What's the idea behind that letter of intent?
This fall more into Rob's area more than mine as far as aircraft acquisition. So I think it's just our goal is to do as much for the environment as we possibly can. Make sure that we can get in, land, and take off with the aircraft in the rural communities that we serve. So I think their thought process behind it is not necessarily to replace the Dash, but to be environmentally conscious and do what we can to reduce the carbon emissions.
Fantastic. And on that same thought train, you've invested in Zero Avia, which is a UK company, actually, I believe, that are developing hydrogen technology. Do you see that as something you could maybe apply to the Dash, or is that kind of far off into the distance and will be a whole new airplane?
It's meant for the Dash, but it's probably twofold if I had to hazard a guess. To be for the Dash, as well as from the renderings I've seen, it's been going on the Dash, and then possibly new aircraft in the future, because I think that's the way we're moving. Yeah.
And I guess if there's applications for the Dash, it'll mean there's infrastructure at Anchorage, which means other airlines can begin to benefit as well. So a really good choice by you guys, I'd say.
Yeah. I have great respect for our CEO, Rob McKinney, and the board and what they do. So I trust the decisions that they're making, and so far they all seem very astute. So
excellent stuff. It's great to see you guys planning ahead for the future. What else is on the horizon? Do you see like growth in the next few years? Do you have an ultimate kind of fleet size or route network that you want to get to?
Yeah, it's going to be, we're looking to expand. I can't talk much about it, but we'll see what happens in the next few weeks to see what we can do as far as expansion goes. The ability to grow within Alaska is limited, so we have to look at those markets very cautiously, and that's where Northern Pacific comes in and allows us to grow worldwide. So there's definitely growth on the horizon. It's just, is it going to be in all areas or a few areas or what? Because the opportunity is boundless, but it's just, what's the right decision. So
absolutely understood. Okay, well, something I really wanted to talk to you about, because anyone who's watched any of these will know that you're I don't think the first lady that I've had on, but one of the first women in aviation. And obviously that speaks about a lot about the whole industry. We're in a very male-dominated environment, and that must be something that you feel every day working in your role. What got you into aviation and what attracted you to the industry?
My first position was with United Airlines, and I was in sales. And um, it's silly, but it's the smells, it's the engines, and I'm still amazed. And I get the dynamics and everything that goes into it, but you're flying in a piece of metal, and you're going somewhere, and it's amazing. And you're taking someone where they need to be. So, and then I got into hospitality and hospitality management for years, and then was recruited back. So when I had the opportunity to come back to Ravn, I just couldn't say no, because I just loved aviation so much. And it's like you walk down the hallway and you look through the window and you can see the hangar and where they're working on the aircraft, or cleaning or doing different things, and it just makes my heart race. So
I'm with you there. It's a wonderful industry, and I think once you're bitten by the bug, it's hard to get out of. But what do you think the industry can be doing to attract more women to embrace aviation, to join the industry?
we're excited at Ravn to participate in IATA's 25 by 25, to where we have 25% women in key positions by 2025. So we're pleased about that, to have signed on. And I think it's access and education. I would love to see more women in the mechanical field and taking on those types of roles. And obviously continue to see pilots grow, and women in leadership. And that's just to have the opportunity to do that, to spread their wings, show what we can do, and push forward. And I guess, the resounding thing and quality you need to have is to just not be afraid. You just can't be afraid. You have to know that it's boundless what we can do. And we're lucky to be women. We're lucky to be humans. We're lucky to be alive. Go for it.
Brilliant. I love that sentiment. It's really lovely to hear. And the balance is starting to shift. We are seeing some more ladies in the positions of power at various airlines around the country, around the world. But
Mhm.
it takes time, I guess, to shatter those glass ceilings, as we like to call them.
Yes. I mean, it does, but I mean, it comes through hard work and perseverance. And, it's just not accepting no, just keep pushing forward. As I said when we first started, that I even said no in the beginning, which was the wrong answer. When Tom Shea, our president, called me, I said, I'm not the drawer you're looking for, but apparently I was. So I should have believed in myself a little bit more.
And there you are now, doing a fantastic job as Chief Commercial Officer. And I'm sure we'll see loads more from you as Northern Pacific takes off and as Ravn spreads its wings even further. So it's really delightful to talk to you, and you've been a wonderful guest. Thank you so much for coming on today, Tina.
Oh, thank you, Joanna. I appreciate your time so much. A pleasure speaking with you.
Lovely. Thank you so much. I'll speak to you again soon.
All right. Take care.
In addition to our daily YouTube videos, Simple Flying publishes over 150 articles every week. If you're looking for the latest aviation news and insights, visit simpleflying.com.